Hello, welcome back. My name is Erica, and I don't know when this series will come to completion. I started this a long time ago, and I have since stopped it and started working on a couple other things, but it is something that I do plan to finish. I've got a book where I've put all my inspiration and what I want to do, but this book right here is one that I have had in my collection probably since I was about 15 years old. So it's been here quite a while. And I got it before I really even ever considered doing any type of costuming or anything like that. I had the opportunity to go to Williamsburg, Virginia when I was a teenager, and I didn't have a lot of spending money at that point, and I wanted to bring something home. I just didn't know what. I absolutely loved the clothes. I've always loved historical garments, and so on a whim, everybody in my family thought I was absolutely crazy. I was like, I'm gonna get this book, and there were still a couple people that thought I was crazy through the years whenever I would clean out, and I kept it. And I still didn't know what I wanted to do with it, whether or not I was ever actually gonna make anything from it. And then a few years ago I found the world of historical costuming, and that was just it was a really big light bulb moment for me. And I went and dug this book out, and it was like, yes, we are gonna get this done. And so my plan is, and it will be interspersed through a lot of other projects I'm sure, is to make myself a complete bottom up undergarment to outer garment outfit using the patterns in this book. I've already made a couple of them. This is the first video that's going to go up about it. I will have to remake the stays. I made them a while back, and I will show that in a video because I'm super proud of them, but they don't fit anymore, and I did make a few mistakes. They were the first pair of stays I ever made, so I definitely am going to include that in this series, but I am planning on remaking those. So today's video, the first one in the whole thing, is the pocket, which it was one of the first ones I did in this just because, I wanted to make sure I figured out the book and how it did its patterns, and it was one of my first historical projects. So the patterns are, I don't know if it'll show it, but there's a scaled ruler here to give you the size, and this is basically how the patterns are. There's no grid on it. So, I had to actually transfer that onto pattern paper and figure out all the measurements, and I've done that with 3 of the items now, and it isn't the easiest thing. It definitely isn't for a beginner sewer. Thankfully, I do have 30 years of sewing under my belt, even though I just got into historical clothing and historically inspired clothing a few years ago. But this was a lot of fun. Another element I added into this one is I used my vintage Treadle sewing machine to make as much of it as I could, and then I transferred the embroidery pattern, as you'll see in the video, and did that hand embroidery. Now, I am not a big embroiderer. I've done a lot of cross stitch over the years, but so if you see in the video, if I'm doing something incorrectly, tough. That's how I did it. I'm pleased with the outcome. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I'm so excited that this got done and looks as amazing as it does. So I hope you enjoy this, and I really cannot wait to show you at the end of the video. I'm just going to jump on here at the very end to say I'm so happy with how this turned out. So I'm putting this next to the picture, and my colors are slightly different, but I wanted it to look how I wanted it. I was using this as a guide, but you know, to some extent, I don't know if any of these colors are slightly different than what they originally were. So I just chose to go with my own color scheme, and I am super pleased with how it turned out. So it's got plenty of room down in there. We do have the 3 layers on each side. I am just, again, thrilled. I know I've said that several times, but thank you for joining me. I cannot wait to get on to the next one for this series, which I don't know if there will be another video first, but the shift and the stays, which there will probably end up being 2 stay videos because the first one is the one I'm having to redo. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.